So Paul, you fought back from early disappointment in the game on Saturday to earn a point. How pleased were you with the reaction of the team?
Yeah, I was because, as I said, going into the game, I felt there were some excuses there for the players if they wanted to use them. We spoke about that. Like I said, a different system that we hadn't had chance to work on because it was a late kind of withdrawal and then a bit of adversity going into the game, losing Ryan as well on the morning. We got Luke back, which was a bonus. But I think that from the game before, three of the lads were all doubts or out going into it. So to get Luke back was a bonus. And then against a top team as well, I think I spoke a lot about kind of the troubles going into the game, but just going there anyway. If it's your best team and you're flying, they're fifth in the league, they're the favourites or one of the favourites for promotion. I think you'd always have to say it's a good point going there. As it played out, a deserved point. Perhaps both teams had chances to perhaps make it a victory, but towards the end I felt we had a couple of really good moments where we could have perhaps took all three. So in general, really pleased with our application. Not everything was perfect as expected. Very rarely is anyway, but certainly when you haven't worked on certain parts of the formation, and it's kept a good away record going.
On the back of a couple of defeats, was it important to get a point on the board and have a positive result?
Yeah, you always want, I don't like losing back-to-back games. Don't like losing any game, full stop, but certainly back-to-back, you want a reaction. Unfortunately, that's what we suffered. So then you're looking at the fixtures and thinking, that's a really tough ask. So to go there and get something from the game was, really pleasing. Another big away following as well, that got behind the players. And it was, like you said, it was nice just to not be talking about another defeat and feeling under, an element of more pressure going into this home game against Crawley.
Do results like that give you the confidence that you can go and get a result against anyone in this league?
Yeah, I think it should do, certainly to the players, and just sort of chatting there. We definitely started the season now, that's for sure, and I think we've got reason to be optimistic about the remainder of it. We, at the same time, an element of caution. I think all the teams, or a lot of the teams, there's not much between them. I think Crawley are a good example of that. A lot of the games have been tight. There's only the Doncaster game really that's, they took a bit of a heavier defeat. But a lot of the others, although they've not quite gone their way, there's often just been one goal in them. So that suggests that the league's tight, and you can just fall the wrong side of a result or the right side. I think we've played better at home in a couple of the games we've lost than maybe we have in some of the wins that we've had, and that's how the league is. So, but overall, I'm pleased with the way that the lads have taken to league football again, and like I said, for me, there's certainly an opportunity there to have another good season.
So you didn't have a game in the week this week. Has it been good to get on the training ground with the players and have a full week with them?
Yeah, I mean we had Monday off in truth because again we'd had a run of midweek games, but what this week has done is given us chance to work on three at the back, and again whether I've still got the decision to make of whether we start that way or whether it's something we can maybe change to, but it's probably the first time where we've had those players fit. And the time to work at it, because pre-season we didn't, and that's maybe you just like say almost playing a bit of catch up. So it's been good. We've got some information into the players. If we do go that way now, I think they should be more aware of what the roles are and kind of how that formation can work. So it's been good to have that time, and now hopefully we can show that we're ready for this game against Crawley.
Ryan Taylor's been carrying an injury lately. How is he shaping up ahead of the game?
Yeah, he's fine. He said he was fit last weekend. It was just a personal circumstance that he missed the game. He was fit and available. He'd come through training fine on the Friday, I think, when we'd spoke. That's what we were waiting to see. He did get through it and felt good, so he's trained all this week and ready to go.
And is there anyone else potentially coming back for the game?
Mishi we'll train today. We'll have to see how he goes. Other than that, I don't think there's anyone back. Jordan Cropper remains out. Danny Amos is out with a hip injury. So no, I think that's as we were.
You touched on Crawley earlier. They've obviously got quite a bit of quality up top. Are you kind of surprised to see them in the position they are at the moment in time?
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously got new owners and exciting times for the club, changing in an approach really. Brought quite a few players in, maybe taking time for those to gel. Have changed kind of the way they play or formation wise on a lot of occasions. So I think they're probably still trying to find the best way for them. But what they certainly have, as you've just mentioned, is lots of attacking threat. You know, Nichols, Naderson, Tilly, who was obviously here before, good quality, and bringing Telford in, who was last season's top goal scorer. There's plenty of firepower there, so we certainly, you know, not taking anything for granted. We'll give them the utmost respect, as we do all teams, and know that it'll be a difficult game. I think anyone turning up, you know, has to understand that. As I've said, they've been very close games that they've been involved in. Had a good cup win, and you know, last week lost narrowly to Stevenage, who were flying high. So we expect a tough game. You know, one of those people might say banana skin. I don't think it's a banana skin. I think it's just a tough League Two game. They've just fell the wrong side at the minute, but would expect them certainly to start climbing the table at some point.
Do sides like them struggling at the bottom suggest how strong this division is overall?
I think it is. I think the biggest thing is almost like trying to get in a habit, and that might sound, well, it is a lot easier me saying it than actually it happening, but they are very close, a lot of these games that we're involved in, and the league in general. You know, we went to Colchester, we won a narrow game. We went to Rochdale, won a narrow game. Both teams that are, you know, towards the bottom of the table. And then we've played Northampton. I thought we did really well against them. I know it was a draw, but against Swindon, they were good first half. But I think over the course of the 90 minutes, more than held his own. And they're again another team that's doing well. So it's pleasing that we're competitive. But at the same time, I think there's an element of looking every game's like that, or seems to be. So it is a tough division, and it's trying to, like I say, get in a run of games, keeping confidence high, and as I've always said, every point I think you have to respect that you get. We've had a good start, you know, hope to try and build on that in this. We've got what looks a tough month of fixtures. Made a decent start, obviously, against Salford. Hopefully we can continue that.